So it's this time of Baselworld for our top 5 selection, and we're going to concentrate on mechanical marvels or pieces that are a display of extreme craftsmanship. And let's go for our first pick then.
The first one is the tourbillon launched by TAG Heuer for about 15,000 Swiss francs. This is a kind of splash from Mr. Biver because this is a very complicated one. This is a tourbillon with a chronograph, and this complication usually never comes for this price. In addition, the flying tourbillon is a noble version of the tourbillon because it is a flying one. So this is, as Biver says, kind of introduction to high-end luxury, but actually it is also kind of problem for the other brands because it really challenges the price of the tourbillon, and that's why we selected it in our top 5.
Yeah, talking about problems, even Patek Philippe kind of complained to TAG Heuer saying, oh, this is way too cheap for a tourbillon. So it just kind of sets the scene. So for the second watch, we're going to remain in highly complicated watches with the Breguet Tradition Tourbillon Répétition Minute. Again, this watch was introduced as a prototype last year, and this time it is a finished product. It is a really exceptional, very impressive mechanics, visible, highly visible because of the peripheral oscillating mass, so it doesn't hide anything from the mechanics of this watch. And actually the watch was kind of reverse engineered. They first wanted a sound and they built the watch around this sound, and it really strikes pretty loudly. Number 3.
Number 3 is the Prometheus from Rebellion. We know that Rebellion is an extreme brand somehow. They make huge watches. It is inspired from the T1000. It has the movement of the T1000, which is a movement with 1,000 hours of power reserve, which is quite huge. And they redesigned it to put it in a case that is very edgy, like with triangle frames. And the repetition of this shape makes the watch really attractive, like horns that go around the case. And it is the movement. This version is in orange, and we find it quite cool, edgy, and somehow quite acceptable somehow for the T1000, which was a little bit too big or too maybe too big and too special before. Now the Prometheus brings really a nice shape with a lot of edges that we like.
And for the fourth watch, I'm going to remain into high complicated mechanism because we're going to talk about the Histoire de Tourbillon 7 from Harry Winston. This is a biaxial tourbillon, meaning that it rotates on 2 axes, but it is a double biaxial tourbillon with a spherical differential. In terms of design, there is a link with the Prometheus that we just talked about with some kind of sharp angles. It is obviously very recognizable. I don't know if it can be worn by anyone. It is quite a statement to have something like that on the wrist, but just to look at the watch, it is really, really impressive. And now we go for something a bit more classical.
Classical and also innovative. Paradoxically, Hermes used métier d'art, enamel métier d'art to really innovate, and they launched an émail ombrant dial, which is a new technique developed by Olivier Vaucher. What is special in this? It is that the light is reflecting into the dial. It is a big job, 2 years to reach this, and we really find it interesting because métier d'art is often just a question of craftsmanship and tradition, and here no, you have a lot of technology and the result is just breathtaking. So this was our top 5.
Yeah, this is what our top 5, but we heard some of you guys, and we're going to do a special top 5 for watches under $5,000 US, so a bit more accessible than the pieces that were just talked about in this in our selection of the Watches TV.